All right. Get everyone in here. Oh, no dropping off the little man today. No. A little bit later because had to get up earlier, leave the house earlier than what I normally do because I carpool. And yeah, the guy I carpool with, he had to be in here early today. So I'm here early. Oh. Hey, good morning, Nancy. Good to see you. Yeah. So had to come on the base early, so I'm on the base right now. But I'm not going into my office until the normal time. So just got some time to kill with you guys here this morning. I do have my coffee. I do. Um, I had my buddy that I drive in. I had him laughing this morning. Uh, First off, I made a meme. I do have to post it to the Facebook. I will, because there was that shooting in Australia at Bondi Beach, and I've been just trolling so many of the people talking about gun control. I'm like, hey, I saw there was that shooting in Australia. Have they tried banning guns? And it was two Muslims, and they were targeting Jewish people. And uh, there we go. Yeah, I just blocked David. I don't. I saw what he was saying about me online. Didn't have the balls to say it to my face. So yeah, he can go. Don't need people like that here. I only want people here that want to be here. I don't want haters here. If you're a hater, you can go. I don't need you here. Don't need you at all. I'm looking here. There we go. Let David stay here for a while, but yeah, he doesn't have the balls to say what he says about me to my face. So that means you can't be here. Sorry. Like, yeah, Rob Reiner and his wife. I did see that. Yeah, sad situation. Very sad. But, it tells you something about Hollywood. Hollywood's had a problem with their kids because they put up with a lot with their kids, drug use and whatnot. But yeah, so I did make a meme of the shooters in Australia, and it said the Gun Owners of Australia Club, and it's a Muslim terrorist, and their slogan, Allah Akbar. Uh, Too funny. I've been thinking about doing this one, doing a short. Uh, I could see like the guy I'd be doing it to would be Matt Walsh. But really, he wouldn't do it. I could see someone like Milo Yiannopoulos doing it. What I think one of these conservatives, especially one who's anti-trans, should do is buy a WNBA team, okay, and then let all of the women go and hire only trans women, and then just have the team be like the Harlem Globetrotters of the WNBA. Just like do a bunch of tricks and just destroy the women's teams. I don't know. It could be copyrighted. I don't know if you can play "Sweet Georgia Brown." Do 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 do. But yeah, just buy a WNBA team, all trans women, and just like beat down every women's team like 120 to like 65. And then they can be like, if you got, oh, Steven Crowder, yeah. And if you got someone like Matt Walsh or Steven Crowder, one of those guys do it, they can be like, no, I'm an ally. I only, on my basketball team, I only employ trans women. How fast would it be before Vegas stops taking bets on that team? Oh my God. So yeah, that was an idea I had. Uh, uh, too funny. I wonder what the fuck that all these Marines walking up through this way. What the fuck's going on? They're all heading towards the chow hall. I don't know if they're going to chow or not. They could be. That was when I was a student. Um, I've had a couple places I went where it was you had to be in formation at a certain time, and you better have had your breakfast beforehand. But I did have one class that I was in where there was a corporal who was like our student lead, and she was like, "No, no, no, no. We are all gonna meet at 6:30. We're gonna go to the chow hall together, eat breakfast, and then go to class." And I was like, "Oh, okay." That worked so much better because, see, then she could, as the junior leader, she could then control when people got places, and there was less things of, Marines not making formation because they overslept or anything like that. Um, you know, we literally would march to formation from the chow hall. Uh, but yeah, so I've been having fun all morning with that. Me and Slug. Have you guys seen GameStop Girl? It's this girl. GameStop put out like some videos and stuff, and it's a girl who is she's a goth girl, but not like crazy goth. Like, she just has like the dark hair and the eyeliner. Pretty girl, and so they did these things, and it's very much a just a, hey, come into GameStop, we have these things. It's a commercial, but it's like a social media commercial, not one that you see on TV. And dudes are in love with her, like, like, she has gone so viral, and I'm laughing about it because I was like, I just, when this stuff happens, I just take it and run with it. So I'd done a thing where I was like doing a prayer, and I was like, "Dear Jesus, please, I don't ask for much. You look like Obama." Okay. Well, I'm not a gay man. So, okay. Uh, I guess it's queer eye for the veteran guy. Um, but yeah, so um, I did like this prayer, and I said, and please forgive Slug of all of his sins. And he responded and was like, "No, I want her. I called it. I want to put Legos together with her." Oh, thank you, Heather. Yeah, we will have a good Christmas. I did do my decorating finally, and for the most part finished it. There's some things that I waited on. I don't know if I'm going to do them. I'm going to let my son determine if it's decorations that we're going to put up, only because they are decorations that he loves, type of thing. So yeah, that's I'm pretty much done. But when he comes to my house this week, I'll be like, "Hey, do you want to put these up?" That way, we can do that together. For some of the stuff that he didn't care about, not a problem. Uh, I am not putting up my normal, um, like, I've got a bunch of Christmas ornaments, and pretty much most of them are from my grandmother. She used to, every year, she had 10 grandkids, would buy each of us an ornament. So we got that in addition to the rest of our Christmas gifts, but it would always, every year was a different theme. And she did that all the way until we were 18. And she was always like, "This way, when you are an adult, you have all of your own decorations." And we still have them. Some of them are, you know, for me, almost 50 years old at this point. So, but it's a nice little tradition. My mom was like, she used to have like a tree that was like filled. And she was like, I'm gonna have to start doing that with the grandkids because when you boys took your ornaments and went to your own houses with your own trees, suddenly I didn't have anything to put on my tree. Um, so yeah, she's been doing that with the kids as well, which is a nice little Christmas tradition. I'm sitting here just watching people go through their morning. I'm on base today, so it's a little bit different than the park. At the park, I was starting to getting used to seeing the same people, figure out who the regulars are. I'm sitting right near one of the chow halls on base, but yesterday's show got a lot of views. Like people must have loved the hater stuff, or it was the haters coming to check in. It's so easy to play those dummies. They always fall for it. But we were able to help one veteran we were able to help um, pretty much definitively, I think. And another one is going to come on the show, and I think we're going to provide her some help. So that'll be good. Can always pick out the smokers. Uh, uh, I still laugh about that meme of Aaron Rodgers. Like, okay, yeah, you can text me. My mornings are busier. My mornings are almost always busier. At night, I'm like I'm more effective in the morning. I get stuff done in the morning. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers reminds me. Don Meredith was the Cowboys quarterback, and if you've ever watched those old school NFL films that they did back then, um, there's videos of him. I don't know if he was drinking a beer, but I know the one he had a cup and a cigarette, and he's drinking and just smoking as he's like standing on the sideline. And the one, like, there's an interception or something, he throws the cup down, and he like takes the final couple drags and throws the cigarette down and runs onto the field. And that's what I that's what Aaron Rodgers looks like to me. I think Bruce will not show. LP might try to ask for a remote. And um, is it tomorrow? I thought it was the 17th. But I'm I'm not following these court things as closely. Like there's other people following this. It's just not like it doesn't change, day to day. Like when there's something big in these court cases, I'll really talk about it. But all the you're seeing all these channels doing the motions and arguing over such little stuff. It is so dumb. It's the same people who just want to argue with the fleas, and which is so boring to me. Like so boring. Like there are times where like they'll do something like when they attacked Max. You know, yeah, I'll speak up then. But some of these people who are like focusing on what they do every day, not for Skipper. Not like it's just such boring content for me. It's like the gossip. Like I hate the gossip out there. Like and people send me stuff and a lot of it is gossip. Yes, Tug's bombshell is tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um I still haven't watched Jeremy's live from yesterday. My my Sunday evenings there's things that I do. So it's hard for me to watch those live. I was in there for a little bit, And but like I very quickly I had to take care of some stuff. Okay, this guy's on a motorcycle. I thought it was an ATV. It's a motorcycle, but he's so low to the ground. I was like, is this guy in an ATV? But no, it's a motorcycle. I'm trying to think of what else has been happening. It's funny, like with all this stuff with the haters, it's funny because people don't think I notice things. Oh, I do. I do. Like there are people um who, were like really, really friendly with me and have backed away. It's like, okay, you have that right. You have that right. Um, I have the right to also not like pull you back in when you decide you're not done with me. Love they broke down car difference. Oh, okay. I I didn't watch it, so I don't know. Megan Hamster and Sam Banana and I was more interested in the OJ ball. Yeah, I even texted it to my business partner. I was like, "Hey, we should try to win the OJ ball." He was all about it. He's a big sports guy. He's really loving me doing the college football stuff. He wants me to do more sports stuff, which I just don't want it to be. I don't want this channel to become like sports radio. I hate sports radio. It is the most boring shit that men engage in. Is like sports talk radio. It's boring as shit. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Ed. I've seen the pictures online. Yep. And and here's the thing. There there are people who send me shit every single day. Every single day, I get sent something letting me know about something in the hails. And that's the other thing. I talk to people and I hold it very close. Very close. Like there are people that talk to me that I think some of you guys would be shocked at and be like, "You talk with that person?" I don't know Lane's wife. Don't know. I didn't like I said I didn't watch it. So I don't know. But yeah, I'll watch it either today or tomorrow as I get stuff that frees me up during the day. Uh, you guys know I watch and support a lot of channels, so I will, as those channels come available, or as I become available, I go into those channels and watch. And I do watch his live streams. Yeah, repetitive. It is. And here's the thing. But again, it's people arguing about shit that doesn't matter. Like, I'll give you an example. You guys know I love college football. Love it. Love it. I hate talking about college football recruiting because it does not matter. It doesn't matter. I hear my brother gets all into these recruiting discussions. I don't care. I don't care what team has a recruiting class. It does not matter. Coaching on the field matters more than recruiting. And you see it with Indiana. Indiana did not have a top recruiting class. I'll give you recruiting for Indiana as if they're in the top 30, but I don't believe they've had a top 30 recruiting team. But they're the number one team in the nation because they have a great coaching staff. That's that is the truth. And that's why I don't like a lot of these things that people talk about. Like A lot of it just bores me. Just be honest. A lot of the gossip, a lot of the back and forth that these people do with the fleas, it's just annoying. It really is. I'm freaking goofy. Okay, hi chief. What is this? David coming back on a new account? Just like DJ Radis did? Like, how sad is that? Recruiting will always be number one. No. If that were the truth, Notre Dame and Michigan would be in the top 5 every single year because they always have the top recruiting classes, those two teams. But they never, well, I shouldn't say never. Like, they're not always a top 10 team. Like, yeah, this year Notre Dame was, but Michigan isn't. Coaching matters. And I've worked for college football teams. Coaching matters way more. There were top recruits that we got in who really didn't amount to anything. But we had guys who like walked on and became great players. Great players. So, yeah. Um Trying to think what else has been like in the news. Um yeah, we talked a little bit about Rob Reiner. There are people. It's funny how you see a much different reaction to Rob Reiner than you did Charlie Kirk. Like, yeah, are some people being a dick? Yeah, but for the most part, I'm seeing people when someone's a dick about it, like people are jumping on him and being like, "Knock that the hell off." Like, it's sad, and I don't care about his politics. I care more about like like he was killed by his son who was drug addicted, like, and was living in his home, enabling. It sucks to cut somebody off who's drug addicted, but you have to do it. And I've had to do it with friends. Haven't had a lot of thing with family. Drugs just were never our thing. Like, and I still get veterans who are like, "Oh, yeah, let's smoke some weed." I'm like, No, it's not that big of a deal for me. Like, it's not my thing." It makes you smell bad, and that's something that really annoys me. Here, I'll show you guys something. I got a stiff neck, so me turning is gonna look weird. I keep cologne in my car because I always worry. Oh, I went the lid. I always worry about smelling bad. Hmm, there we go. Now I smell good. But yeah, that's why I don't do weed. Uh, don't really like the way it makes me feel, and yeah, it doesn't do much for me. And yeah, I don't like the smell. Can't believe what happened to Rob Reiner. He was 78 years old. Um, yeah, it's just a sad situation, you know. Whereas Georgie does not like some of the things I'm doing right now, and that's fair. They have directions on their show that they want to go. I have directions on my show I want to go, and yeah, if you guys have noticed, I've been focusing on the direction I want my show to go. Oh, Carl Renner, yeah, um, yeah, Carl was great. I really enjoyed Carl. Rob, I mean, I could take or leave him. I loved This Is Spinal Tap. Um, I was not a fan of The Princess Bride. No, that's not me. I know a lot of you guys are. I hated that show. Um, so yeah, didn't like The Princess Bride. A Few Good Men was okay. I actually have a buddy who was in that. I've got a good friend of mine. He was a reservist, and he was an actor for many years. He was in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. He was in The Last Castle. He was in A Few Good Men. He was in The Naked Gun. But he did a lot of TV shows. Like he had a pretty prominent role in Cheers, an episode of Cheers. Um, I'm trying to think. He did a bunch of TV shows back in the day. Uh, a guy I'm still friends with. Um, we don't. He doesn't live near me, so we don't get a chance to hang out that often. Uh, he is not really actively acting right now. Like he will if someone calls him, but he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna go sit in auditions. I'm like, I get you there. He's like, what am I gonna do? Drive a couple hours and then just sit around all day just to be told go away? He's like, no. I'm like, I get that. Um, I haven't seen the new This Is Spinal Tap, but I did love This Is Spinal Tap. I thought that was great. That is really anything of the Christopher Guest movies. He is, I think he is just hilarious. I love those type of movies with that improv. I love it. Like, yeah. But, you know, it's a sad situation. But, yeah, it is what it is. I, yeah, I'm trying to think what else is in the news. Anything else you guys want to talk about this morning? Slow day for me already. I'm sure once I get into the office, everything's gonna pick up. That's how it is. Like the mornings are crazy. It's a damn good thing I'm a morning person, and I'm on my best in the morning because I can't tell you like you walk in. Oh yeah, she's good. Uh, yeah, you walk in and like craziness immediately, and you know you just got to be ready. But I've done logistics for so many years. And in logistics, I used to tell people, uh, first person called to the house was Billy Crystal. Mm. But yeah, I did logistics for many years, and I used to tell people my job is not to make your plan happen because, like, no, you come up with your plan. My job is to go through your plan, find all the points of failure, and have backups so that everything keeps going. Because anyone who's worked in logistics knows Murphy's Law is a law. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. And you have to have backup plans. You have to have backups to the backup plans. There were times where I had backup to the backup to the backup plans and needed them because people will flake on you, things will break, like things, so much can happen. What about terror attacks? Well, I talked about Australia already. Uh, there was a terror attack in Amsterdam. I didn't see that. I forgot to take some ibuprofen this morning. Uh, hey, Christina, good to see you. Yeah, I did not. I don't have any in the car anymore. I do have a leaf. I guess I can take that. This is okay. This is a sign of a veteran having painkillers around you. I've got them at my house. I've got them in my car. I have them in my office. Normally, it's ibuprofen or as we call it in the Marine Corps, vitamin M for Motrin. I can't tell you, like stopping into the corpsman's office. Hey doc, I need some vitamin M. Here you go. Ah, Hanukkah concert, huh? Hmm. I didn't hear about that one, but yeah. Um, I saw a meme where someone asked, it was like stick figures, and it was a little cartoon, and it was a doctor saying, "Okay, uh, w- what's your pain today compared to normal?" And it says a 6, but that's normal. And the doctor's like, "No, 0 is normal." And it's like, "No, that is 100% what being a veteran is like." Um, yeah, pain every day, every day. Um, and you just kind of learn to, okay, yeah, this is my new normal, because it doesn't go away. You have 2 kind of prescribed. Used to have 3. Yeah, you'll go through them. What kind of nurse, Ed? Imagine calling the VA. Yeah, you're sending me a nurse every day, and it's just not working. Do you got any that are sexy? Oh, that's funny. That is such a veteran thing to do too. Nah, or at least have her dress sexier. Oh, I gotta send that to my one friend. She's a veteran, and she'll be like, I'll be like, "Hey, I told this joke today," and she'll be like, "That's so stupid, but yeah, you're right. So many veterans would make that joke." She was a nurse, so she's like, "Oh, I've heard it all, heard it all." The pretty one got fired. Well, do you get um, do you get sponge bath? Oh, that's funny. I've heard nurses get hit on more than any other profession. It's like up there with like strippers. I don't know if it's true. Just what I heard. It could be bullshit. I'm not worried if it is. Oh, Russian one. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah. Get you a Russian nurse. I have to give you a shot. You take down pence with my horrible Russian accent. Um, what show? Oh, Shameless. Yeah, where the Russian massage girl moves in with him, and it turns out she's excellent at business. Right, AVA? Uh, oh, that I gotta go get the police report. You just reminded me. I gotta go pick that up. Hotter than Lacey? Yeah, I'm still getting people who are trying to add my private Facebook. Like, that is one thing I've had like 4 of them in the last 2 days. And it's like, I don't add people if I don't know you. Like, it's one thing if I've gotten to know you, but yeah, I don't add people. It's I just don't get that. Get the big girls. Who was it? It was what's his name? The comedian. He used to be on Saturday Night Live. He moved to the right during the pandemic. Um, Jim Brewer. That's who I was thinking of. And he's got a funny bit about his dad was dying, and he loved making his dad laugh. And he's like, "Yeah, so my dad, he couldn't talk. He's in the ICU, and we know that he's only got days left. He knows he's only got like days or weeks left." And he's like, I go in there and I'm like, "Hey, Dad, I'm trying to sneak in a hooker," and he's like, starts talking about like trying to sneak this girl in to him in the hospital. He's like, "My dad can't talk." He's like, "But the bed is shaking because he's laughing so hard." Jim Brewers are really like there are people, they go for the popular comedians, and that's not who I go for. I normally go for the guys who are the comedians, and Jim Brewer is one of those guys. Like, uh, Jim Brewer doesn't have another comedian writing jokes for him. Uh, he's not like he's legitimately funny, and you know that if you hear him talk about like his prank phone calls that he does. Um, like he's got a story about when he cleared a whole mall because my dad did that for real. He's been, um, he's like, yeah, I was working at Sears in the paint department, and he's like, I was no, he's like me and the guy. He's like, we're at Sears in the paint department. He goes, so naturally, we're just gonna screw off. Well, he was known for calling the other departments, and he would do all these things, and uh he called the hardware section because there was a guy who'd been a dick to him that worked over there, and he was like, "This is Muammar Gaddafi," and then this was like '85 when Muammar Gaddafi was like, sorry if that interrupted you guys. I had someone trying to call. When Muammar Gaddafi was like front page headline of every newspaper, and he well did this prank phone call, and the guy, he was like, "I have missiles inbound at the Long Island Mall." It like does this, and he's like, so I prank him, I hang up the phone, and then like a minute later, my buddy's like, "Hey, it's your turn to go on break," and he goes, I go and I'm chilling in the break room, and he's like, I'm just kind of like doing my thing, and he's like, and all of a sudden, like one of the assistant managers comes in with a cop and was like, "Hey, everyone's out. You need to get out of the building right now." And I'm like, what?" And he's like, they're like pulling me out of the building, and they're like, "Yeah, we're evacuating everyone. There was a bomb threat." And he's like, "What?" And he goes, and then it hits me. That idiot thought my prank phone call was a bomb. And he's like, so I start explaining to the cops. He's like, the cops are dying laughing. And they're calling other cops. And he's like, okay, tell them what you did. Tell them what you did. And he goes through the whole story. And they're like, hold on, we got to get so and so over here. And they eventually got like the captain or like the senior guy on scene who was like, I understand that this is because of a call you made. And he's like, so then I go through the whole thing. He goes, by the end of it, he's laughing hysterically. And he's like, oh my God, this is so stupid that this guy would do that. And but that's what he did way before he was ever a comedian. Those are the comedians, like the guys who are truly funny. Those are the ones I really do enjoy. I'll tell you one who is not like you might know him from a couple viral videos, but he's definitely not known for his stand up, and that's his name is George Gallo. And I swear to God, he's not like comedians talk. Like Joe Rogan has a part where he it talks about, oh my God, I saw Joe Gallo years ago do this bit, and it was the funniest bit. He goes, he's like, we were belly laughing. And like Joe Rogan talked about that on his podcast. None of you have probably ever seen George Gallo stand up. But he does do Instagram and Facebook. He is insanely fucking funny. And like, he's a guy who he does it all the time. And he's in New York City. And I love his videos. Gary Owens is funny too. I really like Gary Owens, Navy veteran too. But yeah, George Gallo like does all these little videos, and he's like he just walks the streets of New York and just fucks with people. When someone's on their phone, like loud on like the subway, he'll like turn on his phone. He's recording with his phone, but he'll hold something else up to his ear like it's a phone and just be like like he's acting like he's like some other nationality, and he's talking loud as fuck into his phone, and they're looking at him like he's rude. Um He's got one where this black dude left his car out in front of like a convenience store, and he's got the music way up loud. So he's standing next to it just dancing next to this guy's just to like what an asshole this guy is. Like we all have to listen to his freaking music. Um, but he does stuff like that. Like he also loves photobombing people. And he's like, this is one of my favorite things to do. He's like, I go to Times Square, I walk around, and I just photobomb the back of people's pictures. And he goes, and when I get bored, I'll type in Times Square and like something recent, so he gets the recent photos. And he's like, and I'll just be scrolling through and see myself in all these people's photos, and he just makes all these faces and stuff in the background. I'll be like, you know, I remember I watched first time I ever came across him. I'd seen like one or two of his videos, but I didn't know it was him. And so yeah, first time I came across one of his videos, uh, or I'd seen his videos, but the first time I ever came across him, like just talking, was on a podcast, and it was on. He was on with Kevin Brennan, who's another really funny comedian. Um, but they were talking about. It, he had another comedian, Stacy Pressman, who was like, before he came on, she was like, "He's coming on today." She's like, "He is insanely funny," and she started telling this story about she knew him from the clubs, but she's like, I never really hung out with him or anything. And she goes, my I was feeling sick, and she goes, I was dating this guy, and he had his Christmas party. Doctor's appointment, no worries. He had his Christmas party. And she goes, so I was sick. I stayed back. He went to the Christmas party and was like, oh my God, the craziest and funniest thing happened at the Christmas party. It got crashed. And she goes, he's telling me about this guy who's just walking around and talking to everybody. And we didn't know who he was, and was like, oh, okay. And he was just so like friendly, but was like, he just treated us all. And he's like, but everyone was like, who is that guy? And we were like, oh, we don't know him. And he goes, finally, like the head guy of the company, like went around and asked everyone, and he goes, and then found out he didn't belong there and threw him out. And the guy was so loud getting thrown out of the place. And she's like, oh my God. He's like, yeah. And he's like, here. And he had a video of him like yelling as security's escorting him out. And she's like, that's George Gallo. And he's like, who? And she's like, he's a comedian. And apparently all of these like places in New Jersey and Long Island, they'll do their Christmas parties in New York City, but they're not like New York City companies. They're just, they come into the city because, oh, we're going to do our Christmas party. And so they'll do them at hotels. So this time of year, he goes into these hotels, and he's like, yeah, half the time people don't even know half the people showing up to the Christmas party because there's spouses and friends that get invited. And he goes, you walk in, you can get, he's like, you can get free food, free drinks, all this stuff. And he's like, that one, because he did come on to the podcast, and she recapped the story a little bit. He goes, "Oh, I know exactly which one that one was," and he's like, "It's a shame I didn't know that your boyfriend was there, because I would have been like, oh well, I do know him." But he was like, yeah, he's like, I'm walking around, and people are like, uh, they're like, who do you work for? He's like, oh, I work for Tracy. And they're like, oh, okay. And he's like, it normally ends right there. And he goes, because everybody, like, he's got a couple names. He's like, everybody will know somebody who, oh, I do work with that person or something. And he's like, but yeah, this one guy, and he was like, yeah, you weren't invited here. And he's like, oh, no, 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 I'm I work for Tracy. And he's like, who the hell is Tracy? And he's like, oh, she's got the Penske account. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? And he's like, get the hell out of here. And he's like, the Penske people are gonna be pissed when they find out this happened. He's like, I'm calling Tracy now. The guy's like, get the hell out of here. And security took him out. That guy, and that is I've heard that too. I've actually heard from people um who know Adam Ferrara. And the one thing they do say is they're like, he's unintentionally funny. Like George Gallo is trying to be funny, but he's legitimately funny just every day. Adam Ferrara is unintentionally funny. They're like, I can't believe he got hired for that one car show. They're like, you have to know, all of his friends growing up in high school and everything, we were all car guys. They're like, but he wasn't. He was like the one who was like, no. And he gets lost everywhere he goes. They're like, if you tell him, hey, we got to meet here, even if it's a place he's been to a million times, he's going to call and be like, hey, I'm lost. And, but yeah, he is a funny guy. But yeah, they were like, yeah, he does a lot of unintentionally funny stuff. I, I've got I've got a cut on my thumb. I got a cut on my finger because I was up and down decorating all weekend. This one is annoying. And I'm not going to give you guys the finger, even though it is on my middle finger. Uh, but yeah, I cut myself all up doing work around my house decorating. But it's all decorated. Uh, my house is not a very big house, but at one point it's got a very tall ceiling, and my ladder, like, for me to get up there, I have to be on the top of my ladder, and it's very unsafe to do that. But yeah, I do like Adam Ferrara. I would see him in concert. Uh, There are comedians who are out here all the time. The problem is, a lot of the comedians I like are California. Now, the ones that are out here I've seen. I've seen Jeff Ross. I've seen Bobby Lee. Um, Pauly Shore was at that show. I enjoyed him. He's way different on stage um, than what his persona that he did in like the '90s, um, which is a shame because I think it actually hurt his comic career. I think he's a really good comic. Um, I'm trying to think other people who I've seen a lot of big name comedians. I saw Carlin, saw Rickles, saw Cosby. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think, like, there's a couple that I'm waiting to come out here. There's a guy out there, Anthony Zenhauser. He's got a Amazon special. Very funny guy. Very funny guy. And I've invited him on the show. Um, oh, Gustavo's from Brazil. Uh, oh yeah. Uh, I'm getting X updates on stuff that's like, okay, yeah, that happened last night. The spotlights, yeah. I didn't put up like a ton of Christmas lights. Um, and I actually did take the opportunity. There were lights I had to. This is gonna sound like I'm like super like fancy, but it's not. I had to rewire a couple lights. Now, when I say rewire, I don't know shit about electrical, but I do know when wires are falling apart, like to put in new Romex, and it's just okay. I'm gonna unhook the white one and put the new white one, like that type of rewiring. I am not anything fancy. My brother's an electrician, not me. So I can do the basic stuff. So don't hear that and be like, "Hey, Skipper, I need help rewiring my thing." I no clue, no clue. I'm not the one to ask for that. Um, but I can do the most basic. Okay, yes, I know I need to go from here to here with this wire, and they have to match up. I can do that. I can replace um, fixtures. That's about as fancy as I can get. I could maybe put in a ceiling fan if it's not if it's a simple ceiling fan. Like I know my limits. I definitely know my limits. I know enough to be dangerous on things. Like I know there are some things it's like, okay, I could do that. I could do that. I'm looking at the time though. I'm gonna have to get going. I'm gonna have to get going. Got to be in for my 8 o'clock meeting. It starts at 8 o'clock. I walk in. It's like drinking from a fire hose. All the problems come at me, and then I spend the next 2 hours solving them. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get going. Thank you so much for being here. I will be back tomorrow, and as always, thank you.